Gauge's stuff, man.
Oh, okay. What time? What I mean? When's that gonna be?
So up here,
Ah, yeah.
that's the man of the hour, Nick Gage. Taking a personal call. We in here cooking up.
Actually, the end of July. Everything we completely wrapped the end of July.
I will cook up with Nick Gage. I will drop everything and come cook up with Nick Gage.
You know, like kind of stuff.
But I am not cooking up
The actual
with
tour,
any of you
actual tour,
niggas.
but
If it's not business, I'm not rapping. I'm not being so. If there's, guys I meet on Reddit, guys I meet on Discord.
That's not my lane, but
I
that's a little bit further up the food chain.
I support everybody, and I'm gonna use my platform, open up my platform for everybody. That sounds so fucking. Don't that sound tacky? My platform, but listen, I'll open up the channel to everybody,
and that's kind of where we're at.
and
The show in Hartford is
you're more than welcome to stop by, have an interview, play your music, tell your story. This is a platform. I keep using the word platform, right? And it sounds so fucking. It sounds so It sounds so arrogant, right? Or it sounds so self-important. But listen, man. What I'm not going to do is rap if it's not business. I'm up here in Cleveland. We stopped, had some lunch. We stopped, hit Buffalo Wild Wings, had some wings, courtesy of my guy. Spent some of that industry money with me. But seriously though, like I'm feeling good. I had a margarita, had some wine, but it's cool. I can have a cheat meal because I worked out earlier today. I just didn't record it. I need to slow down the frequency of my uploads because I upload like multiple times a day, lots of content, and I need to slow down and get be more strategic, more intentional. That's the word that Dame Taylor likes to use. I'm still talking about Dame Taylor. That's bad, but what I'm not going to do is rap if it's not business. If I'm not dealing with somebody that could help me elevate, not to be a leech because it's what you bring to the table. Like I know what I bring to the table is quality songwriting, songwriting, song direction, input. The way that I work, I work like a seasoned vet. I do. I just sat here and in the past maybe 10, 15 minutes came up with two 12-bar verses at double time. I'm rapping double time. Came up with two 12-bar verses. Story about a relationship, about a breakup. I just broke up with my girlfriend, so it was easy for me to write that sort of song. I'm drawing on like real emotions and experiences and shit, but I'm not going. It makes me laugh because I should laugh because it just comes across as like kind of I don't know. It just comes across as like narcissistic, but it's just the truth, man. I'm not gonna be like I'll drop everything and rap with Nick Gage. If it's business, we can do it. But if we're just rapping, like there will be no more recreational rapping. It's not happening. Not a chance. Not a chance. I'm not doing any more recreational rapping, man. I've been doing it too long, man. This is I've been on the fringe of the industry. I've been knocking on the industry's door for a few years, for a while now, more than a few years. and
What is your job?
you know, doing a million features and collaborating with every single artist I meet, every SoundCloud producer. Some of the producers I meet are really, really talented. A lot of them are. Like there's a lot of guys out there that are really, really good, that have a unique sound. Even in this music is so homogenized. I'm really stuck on that word right now. I keep using it. That's my $10 word that I'm stuck on right now. But it's true. Um, the direction of music, the direction of music, at least
I don't know if you can fly from there to New York for Governors Ball. I'm like, well, why would they?
I guess the direction of music,
Well, you have to pay for it yourself. I'm like, what
by and large, I should say, not all encompassing, but by and large, the direction of music, everybody's marching to the beat of the same drum right now, and that's not very interesting to me.
This is so crazy. This makes no sense.
Everybody's pretty much giving you their rendition of a trap beat or a drill beat. Nobody's really pushing the envelope by and large. Now there are pockets. There's always going to be like black sheep there that are going against the grain, and the guys that are showing up to the all white party wearing all red. I heard that's not an original. I got that from Polo the Don. He said that like 10, 15 years ago. But you got some guys that are unique. I like to think that Nick Gage is one of them. One of the guys that has a more unique sound. I don't know if that has. I don't know how much that has to do with having a musical background, actually playing instruments and things of that nature, being more of a conventional or traditional musician. But if we're not making something original, if we're not doing something original, or if we're not doing something that's as bad as it sounds, profitable, then I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep wasting. I mean, I'm never gonna run out of material.
It's always pizza or chicken. That's all it is.
It's just a thing that this is just a thing I do. I think I might be a schizophrenic. I think I might be like borderline schizophrenic or like semi-schizophrenic, or like a functional. I think I'm a functional schizophrenic because I never run out of lyrics. I never do. Like what I cooked up today, what I cooked up a few minutes ago, those were that was right on the spot, like spontaneous, like impromptu, right on the spot. Just started improvising, and so I've been doing this long enough to do it consistently at a high level, and I just can't see myself doing this. If again, like working with Gage, this is more like business. We love music. Obviously, we love music. We're in love with music, but just making music just for the sake of making music, just again, recreational rapping. There will be no more playground, no more recess rapping, no more recreational rapping. I'm not doing it. If we're not, if there's no plan, or there's no, like how are we? There's no. If you can't show me, if I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, like okay, if you can't show me like a chart or a diagram or a flow chart or some shit, if you don't have like some sort of business model or something, I just can't see myself doing it, man. I'm meeting people that they're
I don't know what changed there, but
we're not on the same. We're not at the same. I don't know. We're not at the same, I guess, checkpoint on our journeys, you know. And that's just that's gonna be natural, right? That's just realistically because nobody knows me, you know what I mean? And so I don't carry myself that way. That's the reason why I open up the channel to anybody because I could sit down and have a conversation or interview, if you will. They're more like conversations than interviews, but I could sit down and have a convo with somebody that could very well go on to be like the next big thing for what it's worth. So I don't I don't hold myself in some regard as far as like visibility and profile. I don't hold myself in a regard that's any greater or any higher. I don't feel like my stature is any greater than anybody else. But with that being said, I know I put in my 10,000 hours. So, I might meet somebody that's working on their first hour or their 1,000th hour or their 5,000th hour. You know what I'm saying? But I know I've legitimately put in my 10,000 hours. So that's the reason why my work rate is like fucking like the speed of sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I can work really, really fast because I don't spend a lot of time doubting or second guessing my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like once I hear a track and it's compelling enough and it conjures up a certain emotion or thought, I can pretty much read and react. You know what I mean? It's like sports. You don't want to be in a boxing ring thinking. You don't want to be in a basketball court thinking. You don't want to play down to your opponent or make stupid decisions or choices. You don't want to make mistakes, but you definitely don't want to be in there thinking. You don't want to be in there like contemplating and shit. Like I don't spend a whole lot of time brainstorming and shit like that because it's just I've been doing this, man. Like I'm getting ready to I'll be 38. The fuck is today? Today's the 11th. I'll be 38 in 17 days. And I've been rapping since high school. So I've been rapping for like the greater part of like 25 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part nonstop. So, I'm pretty comfortable with, my mindscape. Like I know where to pull from. I know where the good shit is, you know. I know how to, I don't want to spend too much time talking about myself. I'm really killing time and creating some content. And like you can hear my man in the background, like he's taking a personal call. I think he's talking to a family member. You just have a really reactive brain. Schizophrenia is when you hear voices, typically very negative ones that no one else hears. Though truly creative artists often have brains that act like a schizo. Mailbox spiders. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because I hear them too, but they're not. It's not like a debilitating thing. It's not. It doesn't. There's no like adverse effect to this shit. Like there's no side effect. Like there's not. But it's really really easy for me to once I got the concept. I think that's true for most seasoned artists though. Like I'm not under the impression that like I'm the only. Nobody's special. It's just when you find someone. You know what I mean? Like the way we feel about Michael Jordan, Len Bias. I'm showing my age. I mean, Len Bias is before my time because Jordan's before my time. Like Jordan's like fucking 25 years older than me, something like that. But, but the point being, the way we feel about Jordan, right? What if Len Bias doesn't overdose? Len Bias was drafted by the Celtics and didn't play a game. But what if he doesn't overdose? You know what I mean? So, point being, like, I guess when you look at like records and stats, you can technically say there's a one of one. But as far as just the talent, if you take away the record books, take away the confines of the arena that you're talking about, whether you're talking about like the greatest actor, the greatest basketball player, the greatest football player, the greatest painter, there technically is no greatest. Just when you think about the sheer number of people that have inhabited the fucking planet, you know what I'm saying, over the past, like, just call it the past century, the past 100 years. How many great people have lived and died in the past 100 years, 200 years, in the past millennia? How many people, there's so many great people that come and go. What's Tupac's legacy if he doesn't die in 96? What's Nipsey Hussle's legacy if he doesn't die? And when did Nipsey die? 2019, March 2019. What's just any great that died prematurely, or even if you're not talking about that, even if you're for every the way we feel about Stephen Hawking, okay, well, the way we felt about Carl Sagan, okay, well, the way we feel about Elon Musk, or the way we feel, you know what I mean? So there is no singular great, you know what I mean? It's just your amongst like, you know, a fucking era, you have your time, you know, you have your moment, you know, they call it your moment. You have your moment, but there is one of one. There's not really a one of one, you know, Biggie Smalls, great artist, didn't write rhymes, right? Untimely death, but Jay-Z comes along, right? Within a few, like 2, 3 years, Jay-Z comes along, great artist, you know, a GOAT, a Mount Rushmore rapper, doesn't write rhymes. And then like Lil Wayne comes along. Now, the thing is, all three of those careers overlap. Biggie dies in 97, but Jay-Z's first album is 96. But Lil Wayne was around back then. He was just Lil Wayne, like underage Lil Wayne. But Lil Wayne was rapping back in like 98, 99. So he was around when Biggie was around. You know, Biggie and, you know what I mean? The kids today might not even think that way. Or it's not a matter of thinking. They just might not even really comprehend that. But it's like, yeah, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne were rapping at the same time. They just were in different locations, different ages, and you know the internet didn't exist. But those are three like goat tier rappers that you know what I mean. But think about that. Those are just three that we know of. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to make it about me, but I don't write rhymes. You know what I mean? I don't write rhymes, and I've been compared to, you know, comparison is for the supporters. It's not for you. It just comes across as like really it comes across as like really pretentious when you compare yourself to, you know, greats. But the fact is, I've been compared to some greats. You know what I mean? And it's humbling, and it's it's inspiring. It's motivational. But you know, again, you know what I mean? It's just I don't even want to start talking about painters. For one, I'm not super familiar with painters. I'm way more familiar with comic book artists because I love comic books. But you know, I could tell you more about directors. You know, but you know the way they felt about the way we feel currently, because he's still here. The way we feel about Scorsese, the way we felt about Stanley Kubrick. Okay, now the way we feel about Steven Spielberg, the way we feel about James Cameron. Okay, now cut to the way we feel about Tarantino, the way we feel about Jordan Peele, the way we feel about Guillermo del Toro, the way we feel about all of these, you know, Academy Award winning or Academy Award nominated directors, all of these visual storytellers. There is no one great, you know. So it's just a matter of like, when are you discovered? If you're ever discovered, you know, do you get discovered? Without that discovery, your greatness goes unnoticed. So it's like in a weird way, it's like your career never happened. You know, it's like a tree falling in the woods, kind of hypothetical. You know, if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it fall, the tree really fall? Well, if we talking about physics, like if we talking about, you know, you get what the fuck I'm saying, though. But no, it's all good, man. Shit, I need to give my brain a break.
How's it going?
I got two 12-bar verses. I got two 12-bar verses to that beat. I was going to wait and see, like, could I just come up with a straight hook or like a hook that plays with the vocal sample, or, you know.
I think the hook that plays with the vocal sample is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's ways I could play with it. So, yeah.
I mean, of course, I can filter it and do all kind of weird stuff to it.
Yeah.
To make it, you know, do something different. You know what I'm saying?
But, yeah, for sure.
Pretty cool.
I definitely got, I got two 12s for that, for sure. For sure.
This is nice.
Yeah. This dude in the comments was explaining to me what, like, I knew what it was, but he just wanted to talk. I just met him a couple days ago and interviewed him.
Yeah.
Dude from Reddit. He was talking about schizophrenia because I play around with it. I'm like, yo, I'm probably like borderline schizo. That's why I never have writer's block because there's always something going on up there. So I just got to kind of tap into it. But there's always something. It's like all that shit like that. I mean, you know how it is. It's like that was just right there. Like I wasn't thinking of nothing on the ride up here. Nothing. I just heard it. Was like, oh, okay, that's compelling. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's like, yeah, you just have a really active brain. Schizophrenia is when you hear voices, typically very negative ones, that no one else hears. Though truly creative artists often have brains that act like schizo. It's like, yeah, I'm
I can see that.
I'm one of them schizos.
I can see that.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, it's always going. It's always going.
I like how Kanye says it's a superpower.
Yeah. Hey, that's my shit too. That's my shit. Yeah.
It's a superpower. Like, not in your case.
Yeah, enigmatic, electronic.
You need something to tame it down a little bit.
Oh, somebody else joined in. Yeah, man, always let us know. Yeah, the problem is, like, I mean, that's a good thing. Like, that's clearly a good thing to do. It's just so it's so unpredictable. Going live is so fucking unpredictable. Like I can go on Discord and make an announcement like, yo, I'll be going live, but I don't schedule it that way because you can't really gauge, you can't predict how many people are going to join when you like when you're just in the audience, when someone's going live, you're like, damn, there's 1,000 people in here. But once you got over 1,000 subs and it's time, okay, now I'm going live. It don't work that way. I don't know what happens with the notifications or just the algorithm is always just kind of like, transitioning or, it's always metastasizing and shit, but it's just, it doesn't really work that way. When you go live, it's like, okay, I can announce it and I'm sure that would bring some people into the forum, but it's like, shit, it's not going to be, it's crazy. Like I got into YouTube relatively late, like not using it, but actually like as a content creator, I got into it pretty late. So like it's a lot harder now. I mean, like I was looking at the numbers the other day. Like, man, if you got over 1,000 subs, you got more subs than 91% of YouTube.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy to think about. Because at 1,500 subs, you're not like, you don't think, oh, I'm hot shit. Like you're like, oh, that's poetry. Like you want more. You want 10,000, 100,000, a million. But like, yeah, at 1,500, like I got more subs than 91% of these motherfuckers, which is crazy to think about. But yeah. Appreciate that, fam. I wish, you know what, next time but it ain't, again, we got history and chemistry, and this is like business. Like this is music that like, this is music, like these are professionals making music is what you're seeing. But the whole recreational rapping, I ain't doing it, bro. Like I'm not just gonna be rapping just for the sake of rapping, dog. I'm gonna rap with Gage. I drop everything to rap with Gage, but I'm not just gonna be rapping just for the sake of rapping, fam. There's still some tread on these tires, but there's a lot of motherfucking mileage on these tires. So I'm not going to just be right there. Hey, man, did you hear my beat? Let's rap. It's like, listen, bro, you can come to the platform. You can play your shit. I will promote your shit, but I'm not just rapping with just any fucking Tom, Dick, and Gregory, dog. I can't do it. Nope. I just work out and shit. I'm older than I look. But you brought some of your bars through our review show, man. It was dope. Enigmatic Electric. Hold on. We'll drop the link in the channel, then we'll see it for you. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, dog. It's dope though, man. Like you can meet people that, everybody trying to grow together, help each other grow, have some sort of synergy. But the thing that you got to come into this shit with thick skin. That's not even a music thing. That's life. But the thing is, what really grinds my gears, is when motherfuckers don't really do this and be telling me how to do this. Don't be ready to throw my phone, just straight frisbee that motherfucker. It's like, hey man, if you don't do this, don't be telling me how to do what I do, man. The fuck? I ain't got my CDLs. I don't tell motherfuckers how to drive tractor trailers. You know what I'm saying? I've never run the no huddle offense. I don't tell motherfuckers how to run a play action, bootleg, rollout. I don't, you know what I mean? I can give you my opinion if you ask for it, if you want the feedback, but I don't, motherfuckers be volunteering their opinions, man. And I be trying to just veto all that shit. Like, hey, no, don't tell me how to do. You know what it is though? A lot of those forums on Reddit, people take the criteria for the forum, they take it literally. Like there's like a real popular Reddit subreddit is music making hip hop. And there's a feedback thread every day. So people post their music. Now, truth be told, I never care about anybody's feedback. That's not even like some arrogant shit. It's just I've been doing this too long to need someone to. I don't need any more cooks in the kitchen. I've been doing this shit way too long. I've had a whole lot of feedback from people that make music longer than me, people that were better than me. So this is what created me. I'm an amalgamation of like the OGs and the motherfuckers that I came up under. So at this point, it's like I don't need like a 19-year-old that just started making drill beats telling me, hey bro, you really should do this with your vocals, man. If you really just did this with your vocals, man, I think it would compete with contemporary music or some shit like that. And it's like, fam, I've forgotten more 16s than you've ever learned. You know what I'm saying? Like I've literally forgotten more verses than you've ever written. You know what I mean? But you don't get that because, you know, again, I'm just some anonymous motherfucker with you know, a gap tooth on YouTube. So you know, you don't know my story and shit. At least not yet. You think you know, but you have no idea. But yeah, man. But I don't take it to heart. You know, for the most part, I just like, oh, I get it. You know, oh, you want to tell me what you think? You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I be thinking like, bro, like I wrote some shit like in 2006 that'll fuck your world up. You know what I'm saying? Like you just started doing this shit. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? People, I mean, it's just opinions. You know, opinions are assholes and all that same old. So you gotta, it comes with the territory. People are gonna tell you what they think. Like you'd be on some like Kim Jong-un shit to think that you're gonna control whether or not people give you their opinion. All you can do is just, you know, take it with a grain of salt or block them or whatever. I mean, long as it's not disrespectful, I don't really care for real. But part of being a musician is, or just a songwriter, I guess, or song, you know, being an artist, there's gonna be a little bit of OCD with that shit where you're like, man, don't be telling me how to write my motherfucking music. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I wouldn't tell you how to fuck your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, unless you wanted me to tell you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't just tell you. I wouldn't tell you how to, like, rear your children. I wouldn't tell you how to change your oil. I wouldn't tell you how to do shit. I typically, you can ask anybody I know, like lifelong friends, I typically don't just volunteer my thoughts and shit. I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you ask me, hey, man, what do you think of this? You know, in that deliberate fashion. But other than that, bro, I'm pretty good about just minding my motherfucking business. I'm the GOAT at minding my business. I'm the GOAT at that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, because I don't think you need it. You know what I mean? I just know personally, like, I don't need you to tell me, like, hey, man, you should really choose a beat. I had a motherfucker tell me about what beat. And that's the thing, too. People take music and they don't get, like, yo, this is like less than a snapshot of the whole discography. If you're talking about how many songs I've made of the past 17 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about like at least 200. You know what I'm saying? At least 200. So when you hear a song, like, this is what it is. Everybody's beholden to the current trend. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's just the nature of people and shit, you know, and just keeping up with the Joneses type mentality, you know what I'm saying? I'm showing my age because a lot of y'all won't even know what the fuck that reference is, but it's that mentality where it's like every song you make, you feel like this has to be some shit that's like for Billboard or some shit like that. And that's not the case, dog. Like, just great music can exist in a vacuum. It's like, yo, this is just a good song. This is just some personal shit. I've had people tell me like, yo, man, that song, Another World, like, the motherfucker had the nerve to tell me like, yo, the MC's okay, but the delivery needs more charisma. And I'm like, are you fucking like, I'm not about to give you this old extra like animated auto-tune ass flow on a song like that, bro. Like, that's a real like serious vulnerable song. Like, I'm rapping about like a friend of mine that committed suicide. I'm rapping about Jalen Walker and shit. I'm rapping about race relations in America. So I'm not gonna be rapping like this on the microphone when I'm rapping about some real ass shit, nigga. Like, I'm not gonna rap like that on a song like that because it don't call for it. So with a song like that, I'm gonna have a more stoic, straightforward delivery where it's like, no, nigga, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Versus if I'm making like some ultra aggressive shit. I got a song called Murked where like my flow is like more aggressive and it's more turned up and shit because that song calls for that. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta have the right ingredients for the right dish, if you will. You know what I mean? I'm sure I took that from somebody. That ain't some shit I just thought of, but yeah, it just comes with it. You know what I mean? I got some alcohol in my system. I'm feeling good. But it ain't. Most motherfuckers that be telling. And then when I meet again, it's like I call all of us one of ones. I'm in the room with, let me turn the mic or the camera. Boom. I'm in the room with a one of one. You know what I'm saying? Gage is a one of one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a one of one. I've met a whole bunch of one of one. I'm a fan of one of ones. Everybody that I came up under, you know what I'm saying? As a fan, that is, vicariously. You know, whether it was
Timberland all the way to like fucking Hit Boy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whether it was Biggie all the way to like Vince Staples now. You know what I'm saying? Like just whatever. You know what I'm saying? All of them is one-on-ones where it's like there's something special about you. There's a unique texture to what you do. There's something about you. You're cut from a fabric that's like, yo, this isn't synthetic. You can't find this anywhere else. You know what I mean? So but and I show kudos whenever I come across somebody like that. Like I met a dude yesterday. He did, I think the song is All Black. He did a remix to a Big L track. Yeah, I think it's called All Black. He did a remix. In my opinion, his beat was better than the original. His beat was better. I don't know if I'm assuming somebody from Digging in the Crates, because that's the crew that Big L ran with. But I'm assuming somebody from, I don't know if like Lost Professor or some shit made that beat, but the dude that did the remix, in my opinion, his beat was better. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, to me, that's just a better beat. That's a beat that I would pick. So, you know what I mean? You come across people, it's not like I'm not on some type of throne or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know when I'm talking to a motherfucker that's a one-on-one, and I know when I'm talking to a motherfucker that ain't. You know what I mean? Where it's like, bro, you need to, hey, your shit, nigga, you need to go back to the drawing board and get some pencils and protractors and rulers and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like a calculator. You ain't there yet. And there's way too many people that ain't there yet that be talking to motherfuckers that been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, my shit is refried beans at this point. Like, it been cooking. I've been cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just got in the kitchen with it. You know what I mean? Like, your shit is, you ramen noodles with the shit. And you trying to tell me how to cook up my shit. Like, come on, man. But, yeah, dog. I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm about to see, hold on, where my phone at? I think it's yeah, going live is slowing my charge. So I'ma see what the next beat is. I pretty much got a song in the can, and we'll see if we could do another one, change it up, switch up the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just do some real gangster shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Just some fuck the police shit for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't find me. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I'm gonna go back live in a minute, man. Thank you, Enigmatic Electronic Entertainment. Mailboxes or mailbox spiders, my man Seemingly. Hey, y'all need to cut that shit out, man. Stop having a different username on every platform. I'm only _ Wallace everywhere. Y'all need to do that shit. Because if I don't, you shouldn't have people guessing, well, are you this? Are you that? Are you? I've met people on Reddit that was like, well, I'm doing the MF Doom thing where I don't want people to see my face. I don't want people to get off that shit. That shit is weird. Don't do it. It worked for him. It's not going to work for you. You need to show your face. You need to have one handle that you use across all platforms so we know who you are. So we don't have, okay, well, I got this username on Reddit. I got this username on Facebook. I got this username on Twitter. I got this username on Discord. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. That's bad marketing. Just take it from your boy. Love you. Peace. Fuck all y'all.